So we are here at the Four Green Fields in downtown Tampa, and it's a great Irish pub. It's a local, gathering point on St. Patrick's Day. It's all of the bartenders are from Ireland. There's brogues all over the place here. It's a great place, and Guinness flows. It's 10:30, and we were asked when we walked in at 9:30 if we wanted a pint. So we've held off. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a portrait here, and my kind of method about going about this, first and foremost, is to seek an angle. So let's take a walk. Jason, are you up for taking a walk? All right. So we walked in here and kind of looked around. First thing you do, right? Location assessment, hugely important. It will determine whether you live or die that day to a great degree. So I walked in and kind of looked around. If you walk down here, this is where the band plays oftentimes when they're here. I discounted this immediately because it's busy, cords and wires. It's dark. It has, it's charmless. Basically, that's the only atmosphere or aspect of the place that is such. It's basically a serviceable area. It's where they put cords and plugs and wires and the band sets up. So it's a mechanical sort of thing, and it's kind of beat up. So I stayed away from it. I looked around here. There's nice light coming through the windows, gave me some ideas. The great thing about this place, it's ground floor. The windows are ground floor, so we get a lot of light pouring in, and we can tweak that and augment it if we want to. One of the big things that attracted me was all the jerseys hanging over the bar, the football jerseys and whatnot. I think that's fantastic. So I started to look at that. I started to look here, and working with the light. Okay, that's potentially a good idea, but what am I looking at? I'm looking at, the door to the kitchen. I'm looking at the darkest areas of the place. No, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work, and I'm not trying to make work for myself as best as possible. So I kept rotating this way, trying to see if I could follow the light. This area has a couple of advantages for a photographer. It's closed off. There's no other exits. It's right by the windows. We can run power through those windows or snake it around, keep it out of everybody's way. The main entrance to the doorway to the whole bar is right over here, so we'd be out of the way of that. And as I walked over here, I looked at this way, and the beauty of this angle is that I've got the jerseys, I've got the bar, and also looking this way, I've got half the bar lit for me already. Okay, done deal. So, good. That's at least my initial assessment. So, first things first, when you're gonna light an environment like this, the one thing I don't want to do, because it's got atmosphere, it's got, patina, it's all kind of busted up, and, it's a bar, So the first thing I want to do is not overpower that with a big, sterile, overpowering light source and make it look like a big flash picture. So I thought, all right, small flash would be the way to go here. Even though I'm doing a group of 4 people, small flash as the lead element to the light could be a good way to go, because a bigger light, like a big octa or something, may be just too much light, and I'd be ending up fighting that. Okay, I'll fight the sheer volume of it, and then put up this huge softbox at great kind of expense and cost of my time, kind of just to stuff it in here, and then I'd end up cutting it down anyway because it probably would blow around too much light. So I put up a 3x6 Lastalite panel, horizontally oriented, so it covers 4 people. And through that Lastalite panel, I'll take 2 SB900 units. Nice lights, got enough kick in them to cover these people, I'm pretty sure, shooting a slightly wide lens, and run them through umbrellas and then into the Lastalite panel. So I'm kind of double diffusing the light, I'm getting a good wrap out of it. At the same time, I'm not, hopefully, destroying the overall atmosphere. I'm gonna let a lot of the bar play into the exposure. My first series of exposures will be aperture priority and a TTL relationship with the remote flashes. There'll be 2 flashes up there in group A, okay? So that's where we're starting. Now, bar, okay? Wood, kind of, and at night, especially when you think about a bar, you think about drama, with the kind of glowing lights and, the bar light and the glistening glass of beer and all that sort of stuff. So I'm thinking that an additional component of what I'm going to add here is going to be a little bit of low light. I'm going to throw a reflective sheet on the floor, or a solid diffuser that has a gold side to it, so we'll just throw that down and we'll pop a couple lights into the floor. Those would be pretty weak, I think, and they'll fill these gentlemen. It's a band, so let's use the word gentleman loosely. No, they're a good bunch of guys. I've taken a look at their pictures. None of them seem to have glasses. Keep my fingers crossed on that, see what happens. I think I can get away with introducing a low light. So that's my basic light pattern. Over and under, but kind of away to the side a bit, and also with enough kind of leeway that I can cover 4 people. That's where we're going to start. Later on, I'm going to try to see if I can fill that area of the bar with some window light, and I'll simulate that with bigger light systems, and we'll take a look at how that big light system can trigger the small light system inside.